Hi, this is Manju Ramanan, editor, Filmfare Middle East, and we'll be speaking to Mr. Jaaved Jaaferi live in some time. This is his first live, so it's going to be taking a little time, and we'll try our best to, connect to him as soon as possible. Well, who doesn't know him and who doesn't love him? I've got so many requests of so many people who want to speak to him and hear him. Jaaved Jaaferi, who doesn't know him? Right from Boogie Woogie, if you go backwards, if you look at, we start from the beginning. We start from Bol Baby Bol. Who doesn't? I mean, so many people of my generation, and I'm sure so many others have suddenly, there's so many things to him. So Bol Baby Bol, we think about him. There are so many across the whole, generations of work that he's done. Then you also have so many ads. You have the Maggie hot and sweet ad that he's been associated for the last 25 years, and right from Pankaj Kapoor to Nawazuddin Siddiqui he has worked with. And imagine being the face of that ad for so many years and also writing jingles, hosting shows. I mean, this man is virtually probably done everything that a performer does, including that he dances like a dream. And the first reality show on television was because of him, Boogie Woogie, that we all know, we've grown up on. So many of us have grown up on. We also have him act in so many films with different roles. Hello, G. How are you?
Hey, how are you? How are you? Good,
I'm good. So nice to see you. I like your bandana.
Yeah, I like your little tilak.
This is... Yeah. How are you? And this is your first
good.
Insta Live.
I think I did one before, but was with Faridun, that guy who does for Bollywood. Kya hai, Hangama? I think so.
Yeah.
Faridun
Okay. How have you been?
So,
I've been good.
I've been good.
That's a lovely house. It's so many colors. I can see reds and...
Yeah, it's all like that. Yeah, it's pretty colorful. I like to, very Mediterranean kind of a thing, yeah.
Okay, how have you been? How has it been indoors?
It's fine, yeah, there's no problem. Been chilling, I've been a lot of introspection. Actually, like it's very meditative. You've been at home, and I don't know what people complain about it. For people who have homes, who are living in a bedroom, one bedroom hall kitchen, there is room, as opposed to people who have one room and 8 people living in a room. So I don't think we are in any position to complain.
Yeah, absolutely. Dubai has opened up. As you see, we are in office right now. And and cinemas have opened, and some films are re-releasing as well. So that's a good sign for us.
अच्छा, एक बंदा आया बोलता I'm not so smart. तो ठीक है, मतलब चुप बैठ के देखते रहो जो भी.
ऐसे बहुत लोग आएंगे. बहुत सारे अच्छे comments भी बहुत आने वाले.
Right.
Because people love you. They've been inbox में बहुत सारे लोगों ने लिखा. I sent you one of the feedbacks of one of your juniors from school who sent that I've seen him dance in college and sorry, not school but college, and he used to dance like a dream.
आपका fan following है, वो बोल रहा है मैम क्या हाल है?
हाँ, मेरा fan following नहीं है, आपका fan following है, आपके juniors.
वो लिखा है देखो मैम क्या हाल है.
ठीक है, आपका तो so many things. Web series से start करके we can start like ऐसा कोई भी medium नहीं है जो आपने explore नहीं किया है या वहाँ पे excel नहीं किया है. Every other medium.
Excel, I don't know. I've tried to do my best. I tried a lot of mediums, yes. So अभी medium नहीं है, वो extra large हो गया वो. Yeah.
So that's also the way you speak, because there's a lot of humor in, also a lot of writing you've done for ads. And Maggie, how can we forget those 25 years? How does it feel like 25 years?
30
it's like
plus. 30. Last
30
ad
plus, I'm sorry.
So the last ad with Nawazuddin was about, that made it 30 years. So now that was about 3-4 years back. So उसके बाद मैंने किया नहीं Maggie का, but the last ad with Nawazuddin was when 30 years had kind of completed with Maggie.
My God, and it has stayed the same. You've stayed the same, and the actors have come and gone.
I've been constant somewhere, and from Pankaj Bhai to Manoj Pawar to even Rakesh Bedi was there for a bit, and then Nawaz came on for one campaign. So where
you were a woman, and you played his life.
And there was one with a lot of other one with the family, because there were other brands, no, Maggie Ketchup, then there was a Maggie Pichku with a small Sardar boy and myself, and so we've done quite a few of these variations.
Yeah. So I also saw an old Lehre video of yours where you are talking to this young this is long back, where you're talking to somebody that how you used to chedo people in the train. दिस
हाँ
इज अ
नो
वेरी
लहरें,
ओल्ड लहरें का
no,
वीडियो.
नहीं वो लहरें एक्चुअली क्या था, दैट वाज दूरदर्शन का एक प्रोग्राम था जिसका नाम था
ओके.
चित्रहार. चित्रहार वाज
ओके.
लाइक अ सॉन्ग बेस्ड प्रोग्राम. सो
या
दिस
या
वाज इन 1980, no
या
sorry
या. आई हैव
1990.
ग्रोन अप विद चित्रहार. या.
No, 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 this is 99 or 90, 98 or 98 or
ओके.
90, 97,
जी.
98, around that time. तो उस वक्त हमने
हम्म.
ये लहरें के साथ में किया था. दे वर प्रोड्यूसिंग इट. सो इनफैक्ट दे हैड सेड क्या करना है उनको कुछ आइडिया नहीं. सो आई सेड लेट डू समथिंग मैड जो दूरदर्शन पे अभी तक हुआ नहीं है. सो एवरी
ओके.
एपिसोड हम कुछ नया नया करते थे. मैं कैरेक्टर बन जाता था अलग अलग किस्म के, और कैरेक्टर
ओके.
बन के फिर हम उनको होस्ट करते थे. तो
हम्म.
दैट वाज एक्चुअली ग्रेट फन. साथ में मेरे एक राइटर फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन who had kind of started off that time and who joined
जी.
up with me, and then we did a lot of work together. His name is Kiran Kotriyal. So Kiran Kotriyal, uh, now today is very well known, all the big shows, all the awards, and Shah Rukh and Salman ke sath, I think Big Boss mein he's there. So he does a lot of work now. So we were that and mad. That was really mad. I think one of the maddest shows I've done. और दूरदर्शन को उस वक्त मतलब लोगों को they didn't even कि भाई ये कभी क्योंकि बहुत प्रॉपर था दूरदर्शन पर. जी हाँ
कृषि दर्शन.
नमस्कार. नहीं कृषि
कृषि
दर्शन अलग
दर्शन का
था.
टाइम.
नहीं कृषि दर्शन भी था. और सुबह सुबह तो क्या था 7 बजे एक शो आता था संडे को, बहुत फेमस हो गया था वो. एस से नाम था उसका
शो
कुछ.
टाइम. शो
नहीं
टाइम.
नहीं यार, अरे हिंदी दूरदर्शन यार, कहाँ शो टाइम शो
हाँ,
टाइम.
हिंदी दूरदर्शन में शो टाइम करके एक आता था.
नहीं एक
कुछ
सुबह
है.
सुबह आता था एक 7 बजे आता था. एंड वो हाईएस्ट टीआरपी था बिकॉज
ओके.
उनको उस वक्त बोलते थे काउ बेल्ट. तो काउ बेल्ट में, सॉरी आई एम
ओके.
चेंजिंग माय हैंड बिकॉज आई डोंट हैव a stand like you, so I'm holding it, and this is quite a
नो,
pain
आई पुट
holding
इट
a.
नेक्स्ट टू अ कैलेंडर. लाइक ये भी यहाँ
अच्छा,
पे फिल्म फेयर मैंने स्टैक करके रखा है, ऊपर एक कैलेंडर रखा है एंड द फोन इज देयर.
वो
आई
कौन
डोंट
सा
हैव अ
कैलेंडर है?
स्टैक.
वो किंगफिशर कैलेंडर है क्या? मुझे कोई ऐसा
नहीं नहीं
पता
नहीं,
नहीं.
इट्स अ दुबई कैलेंडर. आई थिंक सम अल
अच्छा.
गुरैर आयरन एंड स्टील एलएलसी का कैलेंडर. तो आप, मैंने वो लहरे वीडियो इसलिए मेंशन किया बिकॉज यू आर टॉकिंग टू समबडी अबाउट हाउ यू यूज्ड टू actually not I mean make fun of people in the local trains, and how you as and your friends, you 3-4 friends of yours would stare at passengers and suddenly change your
हाँ,
expression. And
या
so उसमें एक सीन में आपने आंख, you've shown something with your eyes, like your eyeball especially. I think you're very mutable.
हाँ वो ये करके, and then it just moves like that, and then it moves back, and then it goes like that, and then it moves
Oh,
back. So
okay. So
हाँ,
so all
दिखाओ
this
आप.
you, I can see it. It's quite
ओके.
not easy to do it, no? I'll try it someday.
या ओके.
So they seem to have their own. Okay, so many things that you do, and recently the web series that you've done. Of course, we saw you in Muscat, and there is again you played all regions, no? All regions of India के अपने regional characters play किए. आपने गुजराती play किया है, आपने सरदार play किया है, आपने. I mean,
No, there was a
literally.
show I used to do on Channel V called Timex Time Pass. तो Timex
Yeah.
Time Pass पे मैंने 14 कैरेक्टर थे मेरे. और
Okay.
बहुत यूनिक था बिकॉज उस वक्त मैंने ऐसे कैरेक्टर चुने जो नॉर्मल हिंदी फिल्मों में कैरिकेचर हो जाता है ना. दे कीप डूइंग दैट. एंड
Yeah.
तो आई हैड अ सिंधी कॉल्ड हिप हॉप हिंगो रानी, who was a DJ from Club Dadilani. Then there was a guy called Abdul Katpis, who was a Kasai from Delhi Che. Then there was Adbhut Applause, who was a Bihari politician. Then there was a Analysis Anandan, who was a South Indian psychiatrist. And he was a South Indian psychiatrist who had a split personality, because when he became a split personality, he became Vengeance Veerappan. So this very analytical
Okay.
psychiatrist became this very violent guy called Vengeance Veerappan. And it was a
Okay.
film-based show, Timex Time Pass. So 14 कैरेक्टर थे. एंड उसमें डायलॉग भी बिगिनिंग में था कि एक था पौधा पौधा पौधा, उसमें से निकले 14. तो वो one of the most creative periods I had, and I got a lot of appreciation from the film industry, because उस वक्त फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में इस टाइप का ह्यूमर देखा नहीं था. So and I used to do it was a Videocon Flashback was a show which was a homage to older films and actors
Yes.
and genres and songs and directors. So that was a cult show, Videocon Flashback. So Videocon Flashback, I used to basically be more connected to the film industry and basically impersonate the older actors and in that zone. Timex Time Pass,
Yeah.
it was about the forthcoming film, the newer films. And that's
Okay.
why I shifted the paradigm. I said, like, I can't keep on doing imitating film actors. So then I went into people. I became characters from India. So because it covered India. So they are reviewing films. You know, they are 14 twin brothers. वो बिछड़ गए थे बचपन में और अभी
Okay.
मिल गए हैं. 20 साल बाद
हाँ.
मिले हैं वो. तो एक भाई मिलकर, एक भाई इज द फिल्म डिटेक्टिव, एंड नाउ दे आर गोइंग एंड पता कर रहे हैं कि कौन सी फिल्म क्या बन रही है, कौन कहाँ है. तो बहुत फनी फनी था।
Okay.
तो उसमें एक दिल्ली वाला कैरेक्टर बहुत फनी था, वो बहुत फनी था। अबे अ, अबे इससे बोलिए भाई, वो बहुत फनी कैरेक्टर था। अबे भाई ऋतिक रोशन भाई डोले देखे भाई, ऐसे किसी के डोले थोड़ी होते हैं भाई यहाँ। अभी क्रिकेट बॉल को लेके ऑपरेशन करके डाल दिया, घुसेड़ दिया भाई अंदर, देखे ऐसे करता है डो। मैं सब जानता हूँ, 1.25 किलो भाई मेरे दुकान के कीमे के बिना तो नाश्ता नहीं शुरू करता भाई ऋतिक रोशन। अबे अबे शिल्पा शेट्टी को देख रहा था भाई, अबे एक ही फिल्म में स्विट्जरलैंड की सर्दी में भाई इतना मिनी स्कर्ट पहन के ऐसे नाच रही थी, फुदक रही थी भाई। कम से कम तो लंबा कुछ साड़ी वाड़ी पहन लेती, जिसको देख के तो भाई मेरे घुटने ठिठर दिए थे। लाल रंग की लिपस्टिक लगाई थी भाई, पहलवान लग रहा था। 6 महीने के बछड़े का कच्चा कलेजा चबा के आ गई भाई, अल्लाह कसम भाई। तो ये ऐसे कैरेक्टर जो थे उस वक्त देखे नहीं गए थे। अभी आजकल कोई
Hmm.
लड़की है, नाजुमा आपी आपी और शी डज दिस दिल्ली वाला कैरेक्टर नाउ, बट दिस वी
Hmm.
आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 96। तो 24 साल पहले। तो आई एम थिंकिंग अभी कुछ करना चाहिए मुझे, वो जो मैं कर चुका हूँ। अभी लोग इसको रीपैकेज करके अपने वन वन कैरेक्टर्स बना के कर रहे हैं, बट दिस वाज डन इन 96।
Much, much. So do you see that you've always been that futuristic? You've always done things much,
अच्छा
and which was later copied, and Boogie
हाँ,
Woogie being one of them.
no, okay. So let's start. I've been lucky. I've been lucky, and uh, when I go back and I look at what all I did, I can feel, yeah,
Hmm.
I did contribute. Like for example, dance. So if you look at the kind of dancing happening today, I was the starting point.
Yes.
उसके बाद फिर गोविंदा आए और प्रभुदेवा आए, but the starting of the change, the paradigm shift of dance, because
Yeah.
before me the cool guy in dance was Mitunda. So Mitunda
Yeah.
was he was there. So then I shifted from the cool sexual sensual dancing to this very athletic kind of
Hmm.
dance which required more physicality.
Yes.
So that happened. Then television again, the advertising. I used to also write a lot of stuff with Prahlad Kakkar, who was a
Yes.
friend of mine, is a mad genius
Yeah.
guy. So I used to also script for the Maggie ones, the hot and sweet tomato chili sauce. So all
Yes.
the see the English again, the infusion of
To
English
use.
into media, into advertising, and then it came into television via this show of mine which I did time pass ke pehle, flashback. So the infusion,
Hmm.
so which I got a huge compliment from Javed Akhtar Saab. He said like, you have
Yes.
done to television. He said you have done to television what Amin Sayani Sahab did to radio. So coming from a man like Javed Saab, who's highly, very very,
Yes. And it is
you know,
true.
so
And
he
setting
gave me
this,
that compliment. He gave me, and
and the
in fact
fact
my
that
first,
you
yeah.
pioneered it, and then you see, how do you see it now? Everybody's almost doing a lot of things that you'd already set out doing then. How do you look
ठीक
at
है
it?
यार, ठीक है ना, I mean great. I mean always somebody has to set the ball rolling. So at least I can sit back and at least a lot of people may not know like the dancing which they're seeing in Bollywood today. It was started
Yeah.
first in Mary Jung, rapping.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
time actually rap which came on in Hindi cinema, and you also put it, it's a little trivia. Mary Jung में first time in that song, Bol Baby Bol, उसके बीच में there was a rap
Huh.
track. In fact, that time I had told Ghai Saab, I was a newcomer, so I obviously
Yeah.
could only say so
Yeah.
much to him,
Yeah.
and he had come up with this line, Bol Baby Bol, rock and roll, and he was
Hmm.
very musical minded, and he was very
Hmm.
musically inclined
Yes.
also. He loved music in his films. So he
Yeah.
had got this concept. So I told him, sir, ये hip hop rap की नया है, इसको कुछ करते हैं. But obviously he had a vision as a director. So he said, no,
Hmm.
I've got this, Bol Baby Bol, rock and roll. So I said, okay. तो लक्ष्मीकांत साहब जो थे, ही used to eat पान all the time. और ऐसे बात
Hmm.
करते थे. और डॉट वो तुम क्या कैसे सुना कैसा कर रहे तुम? So I did that whole rap. So he said, हाँ, इसको use करते हैं. So he used that where in the middle of the song it comes and it goes, Beat Street, the king of the beat. You see, rocking that beat from across the street. Beat Street is a lesson too because can't let the street beat you. तो उस वक्त के लिए first time हाँ ये यार ये इतना सा जा but वो था. The first time
Hmm.
rap so-called came into Hindi movies, the Western form of rap was in Mary
Yeah.
Jung again. And then this dance came on. And then came the hosting on television with the mad hosting, the VJing of,
Yes.
getting
The
the
fun
madness.
one.
Yeah, the
And
mad
the
one.
fact that,
No, also, I broke that whole thing because it was very Western then. All right,
yeah.
Sunil Shetty coming on, and you guys very American, yo. So मैंने बोला यार ये yo नहीं अभी India है तो I made it very Indian. I said this is the accent we
Hmm.
speak in. ये हमारा Indian accent है, and
Yeah.
you keep the respect to the people you speak about. So you won't call him
Hmm.
Dharam, you'll call him Dharam Ji. You won't call
Hmm.
OP Nayyar OP, you'll call him Nayyar Sahab. So
Yeah.
I was very particular about that. I said that's what worked because you have to make it somewhere indigenous. It has to become a part of what
Yes.
your culture is, even though you're
Yeah,
adopting
absolutely.
a
Hmm.
Western show. But अपना जो एक तरीका है, अपना माहौल है उसका, you know,
Hmm.
it should fit into that. तो मैंने बोला माहौल विला कुवत, तो उसको फिर वो करके हमने उसमें शामिल
Okay.
कर लिया. So that happened. Then came Mumbai, the song. Then
But you also started out as in an unconventional role because you acted in a negative role of someone who dances well. So that
but that
again a
was
dichotomy because only the
no,
heroes danced at
yeah,
that
but no,
point.
that credit will go to Ghai Saab because he had
Okay.
envisioned that मुझे एक villain चाहिए जो actually Javed Saab, because Javed Saab also wrote the script. It was kind of,
Hmm.
I think, his first solo film out after Salim Saab. So he did
Hmm.
this, and it was originally written for Bachchan Saab, and वो delay होते, and then he took it over, and then Anil Kapoor came in, and so,
Okay.
this role was etched like that. He's a bad guy. He's the villain's son,
Hmm.
but he also is a bad guy who. But he's this, as Javed Sahab explained, he's like a snake. You know how the snake hypnotizes you with its
Hmm.
movements. So you are like that. You hypnotize the girls with your dance, and then yeah, you take advantage of them or whatever your
Hmm.
so-called bad streak in you. So I think that was, and I got a lot of compliments. And that was there was a scene in a jail जहाँ मैं सुधीर साहब को सुधीर तुम नहीं जानते तुम्हारे बाप ने बहुत अच्छी बात कही. So Sudhir Saab was there, and मैं उनको very deadpan I look at him and say, कल सुबह तक 50,000 कमाना चाहेंगे आप, घबराइए मत, पैसे पहले मिलेंगे, काम बाद में करिएगा. So it was a very straight face. So Javed sir actually said, you did this scene, Shabana and me saw this scene, and very well done. For me it was the first film. So when you get a compliment like that, so it's a big thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then he saw my film called Fire, which again he loved. He said the
Yes.
scene, and he remembers scenes. He said like ये जो फोन लड़की के साथ जो किया था तुमने, और ये अरे साहब ये जो लड़की के साथ अपनी जो वो इंटेंसिटी की थी ना, वाह भाई. So I'm very fond of him, and he kind of is very fond of me also. So he told me that scene you've done with the girl, it was so natural, it was so much. So it's lovely to receive these kind of compliments.
Yes.
And even when you did a show like Flashback, and I used to get calls from Jayaji saying, Bachchan Saab, Amit ji ne dekha, and he loved what you did. And I got calls from Mahmood Saab and Dharam ji and Nana Patekar and Shami Kapoor Saab. Shami Kapoor Saab actually called me because I'd done a special on Shami ji. And he said,
Okay.
it's like, for me, it's like an epitaph you've done for me in these days. Yeah, he actually said that. He said, like, I at this stage where I am in my life, for me, it's like an epitaph. The way you did this thing about me and the way you spoke about me. So, yeah, a lot of memories, a lot of good memories. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that tell me about growing up as Jagdeep Ji's son,
This guy's
and
here. Prakash Dadlani is here. He saw my college guy.
yes,
Uh,
yes, the one who
yeah, but
sent you the
but Prakash Dadlani was हमारा सिंधी कॉलेज था ना, तो सब ददलानी, बिजलानी, भोजवानी सब भरे हुए थे हमारे सिंधी कॉलेज में. So
Acha.
अरे दवा ददलानी जादो सुठो बाबा RD National College, and he was junior, so obviously I may not remember him, but hi
Okay.
Prakash, good to meet you.
Okay, so also the fact that in many films after that you were offered to play roles, but you had to perform a little lesser. I mean, you couldn't dance as well as the hero, according to the role, but you could probably do in real life. How would
No,
you?
but no, but I'll tell you what happened. The problem was Mary Jang, because I was a villain and was launched as a
Yeah,
villain.
yeah.
Industry भी ऐसी थी ना उस वक्त, in a way that
Hmm.
it's a they preset कि, okay, Subhash guy has taken him as a villain, so then now they look at you as a villain. It's
Yeah,
not that, oh, why I can take this guy and make him a lead. I mean, he can dance well.
yeah.
He's got a decent personality. He can speak well.
Right.
So listen to him.
Yeah.
Which the South did with Prabhu Deva. Prabhu Deva came in one song. That chicka puka raile.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
uske
yeah.
baad mein
Really.
somebody, Shankar picked him up and said, I'll make a whole film with this guy. And I'll
Yeah.
make him dance, and so that kind of
Hmm.
somewhere nobody saw it like that in Hindi cinema. They said, okay, this
Yeah.
guy's a villain, so usko villain mein lete hain or whatever. So like whatever, fine, fair enough. But uske baad villain nahi kiya maine zyada. It was more like what you call parallel leads. So you did a film like Lal Pari, where there were two leads. There was Aditya
Hmm.
Pancholi and myself. Then there was Lashkar, which again was Dev Saab and Sumit Sehgal, myself, Aditya again, Hemant Birje. Then there was Wo Phir Aayegi, where
Yeah.
Rajesh Khanna
No,
Sahab
it's
was
a horror.
there.
It was a horror film, I remember.
Yeah, but like I was the younger lead. Rajesh
Yeah.
Khanna Sahab was the senior lead,
Yes.
but I
Yes. It was
played
your
a
film.
younger lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Farah and Munmun Sen,
Yeah.
and then I did Oh Darling Ye Hai India, where I played the
Yes.
villain again. But again, there
Yes.
it was a dancing villain. That was
Ah.
a very
Yes.
strong role.
Hmm.
Ketan Mehta's, I think he's
Yes.
very, very prolific director. बहुत अच्छी फिल्में बनाई है रात from Holy
Hmm.
to Bhavni Bhavai to Mirch Masala to Hero
Yes.
Hiralal
Maya
to
Mimsam.
Maya Mem Sahab. So he made a lot of Mirch Masala was a fantastic film. Anyway, so he and this role was so well etched. If you look at Oh Darling Ye India, it was really a
Hmm.
really complex and वो ना उसमें ये रात बताओ किसकी है मेरे बाप की, you know. So that whole song became very popular. It's very narrative
Hmm.
kind of a singing style.
Yeah.
Ranjit Barot had done the music. So फिर वो की फिर तीसरा कौन मिठुन Chunky myself. Then came the period of a lot of television, and then came Boogie Woogie. But the movies were happening, but again, like it was always like one of the leads, like a second lead. Amir Khan के साथ की थी मैंने Jawani Zindabad,
Hmm.
and I had that title song Jawani Zindabad. That was very popular,
Yeah.
and good dance sequence. Sarojji had done it. So here it came into more like the character role, like Shaurya and uh, Jajantram Mamantram was again a lead.
Of course. I can
So
never
that
forget
was
that film.
so that was a cult. हाँ. अब
Yeah,
अभी
because
बोलो अभी आप भी बोलो ना मैंने बचपन में देखी थी आपकी फिल्म हाँ.
नहीं मैंने बचपन में नहीं देखी थी. I okay, so it's my son's favorite film. So my
Okay.
son is 17 now, but when he was,
Okay.
I was
Yeah, this
expecting him
2001 yeah. So नहीं यार
2002,
हाँ
2001
टू
to, हाँ. So I
हाँ
was,
टू में
so
वो
I,
रिलीज हुई
he,
थी I think yeah.
हाँ, so it was Gulliver's Travels, and
You
it
got a
was so
17-year-old
beautifully.
लगती नहीं हो यार 17-year-old son की तुम तो खुद 21 की लगती हो हाँ,
Thank you. I remember
हाँ,
this. आज मेरा दिन, like today is done. And again, Boogie Woogie. The fact that you were doing films, but you also did so much more than that. You were part of ads. You were part of television. You were part of hosting. How could you
हाँ.
like were you always that busy every day? How do you? Are you
No, I
very
was not.
disciplined?
People felt that way. When I was coming on Boogie Woogie, Boogie was there. Basically, at some point, it became twice a week. It was Friday, Saturday, and then at first it was
Yeah,
Wednesday. So people used to feel, and then it used to be repeated. And I used to have such
yeah,
stupid statements coming from people के अरे यार तू तो बहुत बिजी होगा ना तू तो रोज टीवी पे आता है अरे यार रोज टीवी मतलब हम रिकॉर्ड करते हैं उसको फिर रिपीट करते हैं मतलब ये बेसिक सेंसिबिलिटी होती है तो पीपल यूज्ड
hmm.
टेल मी मैंने बोला यार तू क्या कर रहा है व्हाई डोंट यू टेक मी इन योर फिल्म नहीं यार तू तो बहुत बिजी है ना तू तो रोज टीवी पे आता है अरे मैंने बोला यार कुछ तो लॉजिक यूज करो रोज टीवी पे आता है मतलब लाइव थोड़ी है वो रोज रिकॉर्डेड प्रोग्राम
Hmm.
सो एनीवे सो दैट हैपेंड एंड so at one point I was doing Boogie Woogie, I was doing Channel V, two shows on Channel V. I was doing a
Yes,
Boogie Woogie, and then there was the Chitrahar. So I had four
yes,
television shows happening,
yeah,
parallel. That was
and
quite busy.
films,
Yeah, and
and
film. But
films.
I'll tell you something honestly. I didn't make money from films. I made money from television.
Okay.
Yeah, film
Oh,
में तो hardly any money. अभी जाके थोड़े कुछ पैसे मिल जाते हैं ठीक ठाक, but पहले तो it was nothing. I mean, at
really?
that
Oh,
point, when a film used to give me, like at that point, I was the highest paid guy on television. I remember I was
okay.
getting for that 1 hour show, Timex Time Par, I had reached 1,10,000. उस time बहुत थे यार, for per episode.
Hmm.
And film पे, they used to pay you like 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 11
Hmm.
lakhs, बहुत हो गया.
For the
मतलब
full
बहुत
film.
हो गया
Yeah.
नहीं फॉर द फुल
Hmm. Hmm.
फिल्म आई मीन नॉट इवन 11 lakhs यार वही 8-10 लाख होते थे
Hmm. Hmm.
एंड
Hmm.
दिस मच यूज्ड टू मेक इन अ मंथ ऑन टेलीविजन
Wow. Hmm.
so and only shows not like
Yeah.
no that was from Channel V I used to
Yeah.
make about 8 to 10 lakh only from Channel V then Boogie was separate then so television is
Wow.
where actually I made money on and
Okay.
so I owe a lot from what I have in my life to television.
Tell me about your being the fact that when you went to your father and told him that this is the first film that has come, and in a way you were carrying his legacy forward to being a film actor. What was the interaction, and what were the films that he liked of yours the most?
One thing was that he never ever said कि आप ये करो या वो करो या ये.
Hmm.
He just said, but because he came up, actually, his life was a very different life. It was pure necessity for him.
Hmm.
Film was not something which he did out of choice. He was 9 years old when he came, and after the partition, he came. And it's a long story, but he was that side of the border. He was in the Karachi, and uh,
Hmm.
he was born in India, but then he had gone there
Hmm.
because his brothers were there, and whatever happened, then he came back, and everything was finished. So he was on the street, literally on the footpath, living under bridges with his mother, and life started again. Like they came from a good family, and
Yeah.
after partition and everything, whatever happened, then everything got lost, and he was literally on the street. So he had to survive, and because he was uh, एक अच्छे खानदान से आए हुए थे, तो वो एक
Ji.
he didn't take up into this चोरी कर लो स्ट्रीट में बच्चे तो सब वही करते हैं, भीख मांग
Hmm.
लो. So he said नहीं यार मेहनत करेंगे, and बोलते अच्छे तो उर्दू की जबान बचपन से ही घर
Achhi.
में
Saaf.
उर्दू बोलना था, बहुत साफ उर्दू. तो वो बी आर चोपड़ा साहब की एक फर्स्ट फिल्म थी अफसाना. तो उसका
Mhm.
जो जूनियर आर्टिस्ट थे वो एक सीक्वेंस था जहाँ बच्चे प्ले कर रहे हैं बादशाह का, अकबर वगैरह. तो उसमें उनको चाहिए था कि कोई अच्छी उर्दू बोल ले बच्चा. तो दे फाउंड माई फादर. वो ढूंढते रहते हैं बच्चे सड़कों पे जो भी है.
Hmm.
सो तो माई फादर तो जब तक फिल्म उन्होंने एक फिल्म भी नहीं देखी थी, मतलब वो 8 या 10 साल के, 9 9 10 साल के थे.
And he
तो
was
उन्हें पता
acting
ही
in films.
नहीं, उनको पता भी नहीं था फिल्म क्या होती है. तो उनको ये था,
Oh.
हमने बोला कि कोई ढूंढ रहा है. तो डैडी का फर्स्ट सवाल था पैसे कितने मिलेंगे, बिकॉज इट वॉज ऑल
Hmm.
अबाउट सर्वाइवल, यू नो. एंड
Yeah.
उसने बोला तो 2 आने या 5 आने जो भी होता है, हाँ करेंगे, you know. And
Oh, wow.
that's where his career started. So like I said, for him it was he probably studied till class 3 in a place called Datia in
Hmm.
MP, and you know वो भी ज्यादा उर्दू पढ़े, तो hardly any much. He could just
Hmm.
about read and write, and
Yeah.
and then he came, whatever happened. So he never he his was pure survival. And then his mentors became people like, because his father had passed away, and he was living with
Hmm.
a mother who was obviously a kind of a housemaker,
Hmm.
traditional Indian woman. And
Yeah.
so he was out making a living at the age of 10, 11, 12, which is, you know,
Yeah.
a big responsibility on your shoulders.
Hmm.
So he had mentors like Bimal Roy, Gurudat, V. Shantaram,
Wow.
K. Asif, Mehboob Khan. So these are the people who were interacting with him and taking him
Wow.
mature, not treating like, ah, beta, kya hua? Mummy kaisi hai? No, they used to talk like adults with him.
Adults.
Yeah, he remember like they'll have discussions with him. कि तुमको क्या लगता है ऐसा होना चाहिए ये वो. Because he was very mature for his age, because he had seen life so
Hmm.
close, and he
Yes.
saw this from the streets. So for him that maturity, and he was the only star at that time, the only
Yeah.
actual. Even elders couldn't do it. As a child actor, the director knew that this boy can cry without glycerin in that. Yeah, that he has never cried with glycerin. He'll take 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and he'll have tears in his eyes. He'll just shift. So I have not seen that in
Wow.
the biggest of actors, because they go into a mood and everybody has to keep silent, and the actor is getting into that whole mood and coming into the scene. I have seen my father in 10 seconds converting, like ha 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 ha, ha, and suddenly he looks here and he's got tears and he's like shifted. So that is an amazing thing, and as an actor, I know how difficult it is. So when I was offered this role, he didn't even know. I got an offer, and then I told him, okay, why I got an offer. He said, "Ah, go meet him." I said, "Yeah." He said the producer was
Hmm.
known to him. He said, "They are very good producers, respectable people, and NNCP
Hmm.
Sahab." And Subhash Ghai said, "That's a upcoming, very known director, successful director. hai. Jao millo." I went and met, and then Ghai Sahab said, so I wasn't interested. Actually, there was a lady. I think her name was Abha, and I think she's no more. She passed away then. And she told me, there was a hotel here called Sea Rock in Bombay. All the filmies used to
Hmm.
hang around there. All the dubbing, there
Yeah.
was a dubbing theater, there was editing. So all the film people, prominent actors, actresses used to hang around there. There was a club there called Playmate
Okay.
Club, a swimming pool, and it was like a regular club. And
Yeah.
so I used to go there. So she said, "Yeah, this Subhaji is looking for somebody. Why don't you know, go meet him?" I said, "Nahi yaar, chhodna yaar." So she said, "I said, you give me so I had just won the All India Dance Championship.
Okay.
I had won it in 84, 83, 80, something like 84.
Hmm.
So she said 83. So she said, "Give me your tape." So then she sent
Hmm.
it, and then I got a call, and then I said, "Okay, bulaya hai, so let's go meet him." So I was in my final year of college. I didn't know where I was headed. Actually, I really didn't know what I was going to do. I had no aims and ambitions. I didn't know. I was just floating. I wanted to go for engineering when I passed my 10th. My dad didn't send me because my uncle in America had called me. So my dad felt, नहीं वो
Hmm.
अमेरिका में वो ड्रग्स होगा पता नहीं वो भटक जाएगा छोड़ो. So he said, नहीं यहीं रहो. So फिर I went to a college which was near my house, and National College, and I did science for 2 years. And then I thought I would still go further, And then he said, "No, no, no." Then I said, "I'll go and do dance as a degree."
Hmm.
That also he said, "No, no, America, America, jana hoga." So then I shifted to arts, and I
Yeah.
did entire psycho and
Yeah.
Kashu Kalam. Hello. Uh, uh, Harry says respect. Okay, fine. सबको नहीं बोल सकते hello, but सबको hello, guys. Thank you for all your love and respect and all your hearts and your thumbs ups. And I know it's right down there, but I'm talking to Manju, and she's quite beautiful, so I have to look at her face. No, I can't keep on looking at your messages. Yeah. So yeah. So the story goes that when I went there, and then I told Subhaji narrated the script to me, and he said, "देखो ये role है ऐसा है." So I said, "Sir, कल बोलूँ मैं आपको." So he was a little taken aback, like,
Hmm.
I'm the top director of this country at the moment. I'm offering you a big, huge film. And then he, like, after one, like 5 seconds, he said, "अच्छा, अच्छा, okay, daddy से बात कर लो, then फिर बोलना मुझे."
Hmm.
So then he connected that, okay, I have a father in the industry, and who
Yeah.
obviously they all respected. So then I spoke to my dad, and my dad said, "देखो बेटा, अच्छे लोग हैं, अच्छे लोगों के साथ काम करो, अच्छे कलाकार, talented लोग." बोला सारे लोग जो
Hmm.
हैं, Javed Saab, he was very fond of, and Javed Saab, my dad knew,
Hmm.
and he was a struggler himself when Javed Saab had come in, and he was an
Ji.
assistant director in a film where my father was one of the heroes, and Javed Saab
Okay.
was an assistant director there, and Salim Saab was
Okay.
one of the heroes.
Okay.
Called
That time.
Sarhadi Lutera. Salim Saab was a hero. My dad was a parallel hero with him, and Javed
Oh,
Saab was an
lovely.
assistant director. So my dad knew him from that, and unke father Janisar Akhtar Saab. My father was very. My father loved him a lot. We were neighbors. We were neighbors. Janisar Akhtar Saab was in the neighboring building,
Okay.
and my father used to spend a lot of time with him going. So that's why I used to call him Jadu. उनका pet name था Javed Akhtar Saab. That's why
Yeah.
Shabana ji also called him Jadu. So so my dad said, देखो writer जो है जावेद साहब बोले is a very good writer. You've got a very good director. Producer अच्छे हैं. Co-stars
Hmm.
तुम्हारे अच्छे हैं. Anil Kapoor, my father had worked with him in a film called एक बार कहो, I think. Uh, एक बार कहो, where Naveen Nishchal, Shabana Azmi. It was a mix of Come September and same time next year, जिसकी दिल बनी थी. It was a Hollywood film. So it was a mixture of these two films. So my
Okay.
Anil Kapoor was the second lead in that.
Okay.
Bantu Dhawan was the lead, and so Anil Kapoor was. So my dad told me, guys, this is a good boy. He's, although he's not the lead, but he's a much stronger actor, and he's got a lot of drive and determination, and hardworking guy. So my dad said, "You've got Nutanji was there, Amrish Puri Saab was there." So my dad
So
said, "अच्छे लोग हैं."
when did he, what was the reaction when he saw the film? Like when he saw you on
No,
screen for the first time?
he liked what I did, and yeah. So and he always was. Uh, he My father was not a very. He didn't criticize very openly. My father
Hmm.
was like. He'd say, "अरे बहुत अच्छा किया, वाह क्या, very good, fantastic," and then after 5 minutes he'd say, "नहीं वो ना थोड़ा वो उसमें ना थोड़ा सा अगर आवाज को ऐसा कर लेते ना तो अच्छा लगता." In a
Ah,
very, he's got a very nice way of
encouraging.
not hurting you, uh,
Yeah.
and at least at the same time giving you an opinion. So
Okay.
yeah, which I still have to learn. I tend to criticize and uh, so yeah. So that is a good point. My father has got this really nice way of किस तरह से किसी का दिल भी ना दुखे और बात भी समझा
But
दी जाए.
be.
Yeah.
What about,
So
what is your favorite film of your father?
बचपन की एक दो फिल्में थी जो मुझे लगता है कि आज तक कोई चाइल्ड एक्टर ने उतना मैच्योर काम बहुत कम लोगों ने किया है. टोबी का जमीन थी. अ,
And-
उसमें मोमेंट्स थे जो फ्रॉम फनी टू लाइक अ वेरी मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट के एक रास्ते पे जो बच्चे शू बूट पॉलिश करते हैं और
Hmm.
रियलिटी ऑफ लाइफ जो देखते हैं और the maturity in the acting that I have never seen. I'm honestly saying, not because of my father.
Hmm.
I've not seen that kind of a natural acting. In fact, my
Hmm.
father, remember, he had given a opening title shot of a film called Footpath, and clap देने दिलीप कुमार साहब आए थे, and I think उनकी
Ji.
film थी वो, he was the lead, and
Hmm.
my father had cried like a real, you know, and
Okay.
दिलीप साहब gave him 100 rupees, and he says, उस time बहुत थे 100 rupees, like तुम बहुत आगे जाओगे, and anyway, so it was the story. So he, for me, दो बीघा जमीन, then there was आर पार गुरुदत्त साहब के साथ.
Hmm.
Very matured performance. That he was 14 or something. Yeah.
Hmm.
Then हम पंछी एक डाल के, But then in The Hero, Barkha was a great film. I think Bhabhi Barkha, where he was 18 or 19. He was launched as a lead, a young lead, Balra. So that was nice. And then the comic stuff came in a little later. The comic stuff came in from 62. I think Brahmachari was his first film as a comedian. But yes, Sholay, there was this.
Surma Bhopali to
There was Sholay, yeah. But they were cut, but also it was well written. And it's very important. The writing holds a lot. How much can you improvise? So my dad and that zone of people, most time writing, a lot of improvisation used to happen on the sets and comedy especially. So Mahmood Saab and my dad and Johnny Walker Saab. They used to be writing, but also a lot of improv was happening. And but sometimes it was later in the 70s, it became a little hectic because heroes were doing 4, 5, 6, 10 films in a time. So they used to come on a set for like 3, 4 hours, then jump to another set for 3, 4 hours. So that time, it became a very, it was a very, uncomfortable for my father because it was like, अभी हीरो आएगा सीन लिखा नहीं है कुछ बना लो आप कुछ कर लो अरे आप तो कुछ कर लेंगे ना आप तो अरे यार आप तो क्या बात है अभी क्या कर लोगे the hero has to go in 4 hours so in the 4 hours you have to also make scenes make dialogue and sometimes they're not even funny and then you have to then obviously resort to a lot of
slapstick
because no the slapstick I'll tell you why my father taught me and I told guys to a lot of magazines which were these English magazines who used to be based in South Bombay in those big buildings. And those kind of guys who probably had not even stepped out in Thane or Bhayandar, which is just out on the outskirts of Bombay. How do they know what India wants, And my father was, because he came from the streets and he understood where this is, so he knows the audience. He's saying, boss, we are catering to उस time की बात कर रहे हैं बोले 80% uneducated लोग हैं हमारे country में वो रिक्शा वाला है वो किसान है वो छोटे शहरों के लोग हैं आपका वो डायलॉग की इन्यूएंडोज वो उनको सिंपल ह्यूमर चाहिए सेकंड देयर इज so much of diversity in languages and dictions and the variations in the language तो dialects इतने सारे हैं तो बोला how can you please everybody so the only way that's why Bollywood is very unique in the world because you have to cater to so much of diversity तो आपको the only way you can bring people together is song and dance and the third thing is the comedy has to be such that there is more action not so much of dialogue because even if you look at today who are the greatest comedians in the world they're action people look at Charlie Chaplin where was the dialogue it was action look at Laurel Hardy action Bob Hope fantastic Groucho Marx fantastic but it's a minuscule following compared to a Charlie Chaplin or a Laurel Hardy or even a three Stooges, So somewhere always, physical comedy. So for my father, जैसे एक तो dialogue लिखे हुए थे नहीं कुछ अच्छे, तो क्या करना पड़ता था कि so you're making these kind of things where because they feel the person wants to laugh. He comes to see me because he feels I will make him laugh. When you go to a circus, you will want the joker to make you laugh. You're not there for the joker to give you some serious spiel. He is there to make. So when he comes on, you are automatically switched on कि अब मुझे हंसाएगा और अगर वो नहीं हंसाएगा तो बोलेगा यार जोकर ने तो हंसाया नहीं हमको तो ये जिम्मेदारी जो थी एक बढ़ जाती है बहुत इन माय केस माय फादर्स केस स्पेशली कि आप कुछ तो कर लो अब कुछ करने में जब डायलॉग नहीं होते थे अच्छे या सीन अच्छा लिखा हुआ नहीं है तो फिर आप फिजिकल हो जाओ So then I started respecting him because I used to get upset कि यार वो लोग बोल रहे हैं वो loud comedy है slapstick है he said don't worry about it He's saying हमारी ऑडियंस है ना उनको ये पसंद है मैं उनके लिए कर रहा हूँ मैं वो बिल्डिंग में बैठे हुए जो क्रिटिक्स हैं उनके लिए मैं एक्टिंग नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं एक्टिंग उनके लिए कर रहा हूँ जो मेरी ऑडियंस पैसे दे के टिकट दे के शो देखते हैं फिल्म मैं उनके लिए कर रहा हूँ ये he was very he knew what his audience was and that's why all these people they've lasted look at Mahmood Saab Johnny Walker Saab Keshto Mukherjee Saab all they've lasted the test of time till today they have
and each of their style was different than the other so it wasn't the same mold they had different kinds of comedy
even if you today with the I think the last one today who's remaining who has kind of still got traces of that and you will see a lot of my father in him is Johnny Lever Saab
yes
Johnny Bhai he's got all that so that very
Eyes,
so all that is very my dad also used to So they do it because they understand okay, this is India, and a lot of people they like that. That's fine. So
And
I don't.
apart from this legacy of that you've surrounded with and been grown up with, you also sing. So there's so many
I mean, I don't.
professions
I
and you
don't. I don't sing. Yeah. I mean, I think
you did. I mean, Mumbai is the song that you
hey,
wrote as
Mumbai
well.
was yeah. But
You said last time that you'll write something on Dubai because it sounds similar.
हाँ दो भाई हाँ दो भाई पे हम करेंगे अभी वो okay.
For everyone who's listening to this and watching this, can you sing just a bit of Mumbai?
मुंबई हाँ uh, Mumbai, ekdam danger place where you survive if you've got the pace. You've got to be fast, you've got to be teज, you've got to be shana to win the race. छोटा छोटा मैटर बने पुलिस केस, बड़ा बड़ा लफड़ा गुल without trace. घबराने का नहीं, give it in the face. वो क्या बोलता है? हाँ जैसा देश वैसा भेस. दिखे बहती गंगा, पॉकेट से निकले कंगा. देख के लेना पंगा नहीं तो हो जाएगा दंगा. Some people भला चंगा समा भिक मंगा. Cannot judge anybody sorry for लफंगा. भाईगिरी को छोड़ सब. बकवास भाई का अंडर जो रहता बिंदास भाई को देगा त्रास होएगा वो खल्लास भाईगा उसका ब्लड जस्ट लाइक टमाटो सास अरे बाप रे खाने का पीने का मरने का जीने का चलने का फिरने का उठने का गिरने का टेंशन नहीं लेने का भाई से पूछने का कर सका है पर आई एम मुंबई आने का जाने का नाचने का गाने का नहाने का धोने का हंसने का रोने का बोम ने मारने का भाई से पूछने का कर सका है पर आई एम मुंबई या ओके
Ooh.
विदाउट अ बीट Thank you.
And even the visual was so good. It was shot so well. It was so,
Yes,
you
yes.
know.
It was for a film called Bombay Boys, and
And
quite a
then you
mad
also
film.
danced with your son to promote his film. That
हाँ,
was you
people are
mad steps
commenting.
with him.
People are commenting on Mizan on there. I can say Mizan कहाँ है? वो है वो इस दिन समय in गुजरात वो कोई फार्म हाउस पे गया था अपने दोस्त के साथ तो he got stuck during the lockdown. तो उसको तो
Okay,
2.5
so
महीने
he's
हो गए
there.
वहाँ पे बट वो क्या भाई वो बड़ा इज सेल्फ कंटेन्ड वहाँ सब जिम विम है he got the cooks and chefs and it's like a resort तो he is happy
Okay.
तो
Okay.
रोज फोन पे बात करते हैं इस तरह से but he keeps on putting much more on Instagram than me. I don't know. He's quite a bit. मैं
But
तो
you
बहुत
never
कम आता हूँ.
publicized yourself, no? Right from the beginning, you always said that I did not do my PR correctly.
हाँ
PR.
पीआर किया तो डरना क्या हाँ तो वो आई वाज नॉट टू मच ऑफ द मैं वही कहता हूँ क्या मैंने प्यार पे ज्यादा फोकस किया पीआर पे कम फोकस किया एंड but I suppose it's required it's part of the business and I but maybe I'm not सबकी एक कमजोरियां कहीं होती है मेरी कमजोरी शायद पीआर होगी प्यार नहीं है पीआर है कमजोरी हाँ ठीक है But my son-in-law are pretty smart in this. My daughter also, so they've got like
Yes,
huge followings
yes.
and they do their whole. But ठीक है, आज का उनका जमाना है. They understand what is more required. But
I
I
saw
managed
that
to.
interview where they
Which one?
said that you're strict, you're a strict dad. So tell me about that.
Look,
Are you?
no strict मतलब like there are certain things which matter to me. कि हमारी जो basic सभ्यता है, you know, आप जहाँ रहते हैं आपकी तहजीब तमीज बहुत important है. बड़ों से कैसे बात करना. तो I've been little on that.
Okay, I want to talk about your
Uh,
recent films.
okay.
Right from Bala, the role in Bala with that
Bala,
and
yeah,
Maska, and
with
we'll talk about the role in Bala. That was such a fun role.
yeah, it was well written. The script was very well written, and so I think it's a very important character, and it was
Yes.
a different because see, it's a different genre. Again, it's not a slapstick kind of film, so
Yeah.
you'll find the acting also is a
Yeah.
very much more natural zone of. And
Yeah.
it was more like, the films used to be made in the 70s and Bashu Chatterjee Saab and, the
Yes.
kind of Golmaal and
Yes.
all those Amol Palekar, kind of those
Yes. Light-hearted but real
choti,
issues.
choti si baat, Chitchor,
Yeah.
yeah, so Damad, so all these funny films, yeah, so they're very more natural, like you said. So this
Yes.
was also, I think, Bala touched a very, very two, three very important topics which haven't been touched in Hindi cinema.
Yes.
And
How was it working with Ayushman?
he's a lovely actor. He's very hardworking. He's a talented boy, and uh, he used to be an RJ, and
Yes.
he met me and when he was an RJ, and after that, so he gives me a lot of love and respect, and it was a very nice time working together. We had a really So he's also very involved in what he does, and
Yeah.
we had a great time shooting
I
that.
wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you one question. You know so much about dance, and how was that? I mean, suppose you had a choreographer who wasn't somebody that was so innovative. How would you deal with that?
No, I met
Still
once.
go.
I came with some very. See, my first film was Saroji. Saroji was brilliant. So, and she was very open,
Yeah.
So when she met me first for the rehearsal, and she said, and she knew my father since her childhood. Okay, so obviously there is a little bit of love which comes in because of the
Yeah.
fondness and their relationship. So,
Yes.
अभी तू क्या करता है दिखा. So I said, okay. So then I showed her what I did. She said, अच्छा ठीक है अभी
Yeah.
इसको अपन हम रखेंगे इसको रखते हैं and then she incorporated that into whatever she
Okay.
had thought and
Uh-huh.
choreographed. So yeah, so I worked with her. Jamani Zindabad, I did a huge song with her. Then there was a film called Saat Saal Baad, which actually released after Meri Jung, a small film, uh,
Hmm.
like a horror film. उसमें भी dance था. So she had actually called all the dancers of hers who were not in the film. She just called them and
Yeah.
said, "Watch this boy. Just watch
Wow.
him dance." Because she wanted to show like this is today. This is how a Western dance
Wow.
is performed. So
Yeah.
yeah, so then in between, I did meet some people who are very uh, rigid, and
Hmm.
no, it's my way, the highway. I'm the choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had some problems then, but obviously you cope with it. And there was a film where I told the producer, I said, "Look, boss, if this the producer is telling me uh, that, and this is the same producer who made Mary Jung. He made another
Hmm.
film later. So
Hmm.
he said, Ali, Jaaved, Baba, I want you to do the best. This should be the best dance in the film. Because I had my first film with him, so he said, yeah, so he said. Now the point is, the choreographer was very stuck on that, and she
Hmm.
insisted on like this is my way. And so that choreo, because I had really worked hard, and she's saying no, this. And
Hmm.
if you make me do things which the dancers behind are doing, how do I stand out and do things
Hmm.
which
Hmm.
people haven't seen? If you're making me do stuff which everybody else does, then what do
Hmm.
you do separate? You have to stand out in certain places. There are some
Yes.
places you'll sink. There are some places where they can't do what you're doing. So then you have to be
Yes.
in a spotlight and do what you
Center.
do. It's your moment.
Yeah.
So that was getting into a little problem. And so I told the producer, I said, like, sir, well, then you don't worry about it. So then he spoke to her, and her husband came in, and the husband was much more so-called amicable and malleable. So we did that. But a lot of times, the choreographers they used to work in tandem, and because they knew that I had a good mind for this, so they used to
Hmm.
say, okay, so what do you think? Aisa kar lete hain. And if I showed something, see, you have to
Yeah.
obviously you have to work with humility. You can't come with an attitude and say, well, I'm going to do this. It's a
Hmm.
way of saying it. Saying, suppose I do something like ऐसा कुछ कर लें, ऐसा कुछ
Yeah.
करके कर लें.
Yeah.
Giving them that respect. So then they feel,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, why not?
What about Gabbar Singh and dancing with Madhuri Dixit? How was
Madhuri
that?
Dixit. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I had two songs with her. One was Gabbar Singh, and the second one was that De Dil, Le Dil,
Ah, Lele Dil.
Wafa.
Haan.
So
Yeah.
that was it. That was a little more so-called intricate dancing. Gabbar Singh was more
Yeah.
of a fun kind of a
Yes.
song. De
Yes.
Dil was more performance kind of song dancing.
Hmm.
वो सुरेश भट्ट साहब ने किया था कोरियोग्राफी and Gabbar Singh was Chini Prakash Saab. So yeah, so again, Madhuri again was this great dancer, and I was very, I mean, I loved her what she did on screen, and but sadly we didn't get much time for rehearsal because Madhuri was very busy during those times with her films
Hmm.
and schedule, so we didn't actually get rehearsal time. So I
Hmm.
wanted to do so much more,
Hmm.
and I could have done, I mean, 10 times more. But we had
Yeah.
rehearsal restrictions and she was busy and the song had to be shortened. So
Yeah.
whatever did little bit of rehearsal we did was, on the set. And I think she got 1 day of rehearsal with me outside. So yeah, but that, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed very, very much dancing with her. And
So your son dances well, and you danced with him for promoting
yeah,
the
for
film.
promotion. Yeah.
How was it to match steps with him? That would have been a moment, no?
He came to me, he said, Baba, my PR guys are saying, okay, why don't
Okay.
you do a video with your father? I said, हाँ ठीक है
Uh-huh.
करे चलो.
Okay.
So we just got together. We used his song and we used
Yes.
चंद्र विभूषण पांडे जी. चंद्र विभूषण पांडे जी साहब बिल्कुल सही है. आधुनिक गोबर को डेवलप कर रहे हैं अभी फर्दर. Because अभी तो गोबर
Okay.
बहुत अभी somebody wrote a
Hmm.
text, so I was just Pandey ji is doing fine. Okay. Uh, uh, so yeah, so I said let's do something. So we kept the key steps of the film, one or two, and then we
Yeah.
changed a bit and did a bit of our own together.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it came across well. I mean, I
Yes,
enjoyed
it
that.
was very
And
lovely.
first time I danced with him, actually speaking, I danced with him when he was 3 years old at a party of his on his birthday. Like
Okay.
really went all 3 or 4 years old. He was like going
Okay.
all the yeah, dancing. उसके बाद मैंने डांस नहीं किया उसके साथ.
Oh.
And then we danced now for his film when he was 23 or whatever, 22, 23. Yeah, so yeah, but he's got like a freewheeling style, which is he dances like inhibition nahi hai. He just
Hmm.
and I think
Did
that's
he
that.
learn? Did you teach
No, no,
him
no,
anything?
no, no,
He
no,
learned.
no,
This is on
no.
his own.
Teach भी नहीं किया उसने. We kind of he felt like so somewhere it didn't happen because I wasn't a teacher kind of person,
Hmm.
and it didn't happen.
Hmm.
But कभी-कभी आके he used to see my rehearsals and all that stuff. So, but I think he had it on his own, and he like the same thing will happen with me. I
Yes.
just learned by watching my father,
Hmm.
and I didn't ask him to launch me or teach me or introduce
Yeah.
me. It just
Yeah.
happened. Same thing with him. He didn't ask me whatever. It just happened. I gave him an education. I gave him basic core values, and
Hmm.
you know, uh, okay.
What
Hello
are your
Anmol. Hello
traces
Naeem.
that you see in him? What are your traces that you see in him? Your qualities that you see reflected in him?
No, I think he's a little smarter than me. He's also business savvy. He understands,
Hmm.
and he's hardworking. That is there,
Okay.
and I think that goes a long way. I think, and I always believe that hard work is more important than so-called success because
Hmm.
ये जो लोग बोलते हैं ना कि success is 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration, and hard work will. यार hard work सब करते हैं. There are lakhs of people who come to in the film industry to do hard work. Out of
Hmm.
those lakhs, maybe a few hundred or not even that much succeed.
Hmm.
And in those 100 who are working, there are people who are working 10 times more, much more hardworking, are not as successful as some people who are not necessarily working that hard.
Hmm.
तो luck
Hmm.
की बहुत बात होती है. Something just work
जी.
for you at the right place, at the right time, the right project. So I think these
Hmm.
things work. It's not just hard work. Hard work तो, like I said, बहुत लोग करते हैं.
Right. Tell
Uh,
me about the role in Maska, which was so cute. It was so endearing, and you appear in a in a flashback, and it's
yeah.
from a
No,
photo.
I'm not flashback. I'm there. But I'm a ghost.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
as a ghost, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're a sorry. That's
Yeah.
what I meant. Yeah.
So no, I like the script. The producer was a friend of mine, and uh, she said I'd like you to do this film, and it's a small budget film. There's no budget. वो सब ऐसे budget नहीं है. But she was a casting agent for. She still is,
Hmm.
and she produced the film. And Seher Latif, her name is. So she said, yeah. So I read the script. I liked it. It's a good, like I said, it's a good, cute script. I identify. I was somebody who was born and brought up in Bombay. तो मुझे पता है कि
Hmm.
बॉम्बे के वो ईरानी रेस्टोरेंट्स जो होते हैं हम वहाँ खूब बचपन में खाते थे बन मस्का. हम खुद इट वाज फेवरेट आई बन मस्का
Hmm.
चाय. वो बन
Yeah.
मस्का पे वो थोड़ी शक्कर डालते थे और फिर चाय में
Hmm.
डुबो के उसको खाते थे. अमेजिंग. आई जस्ट लव दैट बन मस्का. आई एंड ऑल्सो हैड अ लॉट ऑफ पारसी फ्रेंड्स जो मेरे बचपन से मेरे साथ स्कूल में थे.
Hmm.
मेरे नेबर्स थे. तो वो
Hmm.
कल्चर में समझता था. मैं जानता था. तो वो
Hmm.
जबान जो बोलने का एक स्टाइल होता है उन लोग का
Hmm.
उसको मैंने
Hmm.
काफी टोन डाउन किया बिकॉज वो पारसी में भी यू कैन गो रियली तेरे को बोलता है ना दिख रहा है जाने काली बीड़ी मत करे. तो दे हैव अ डिफरेंट आइदर दे गो ऑन दैट जोन. सो वी हैव टू कीप इट
Yeah.
लिटिल लेस. अभी मैं तेरे को बोल रहा था ना तो इट वाज वेरी स्लाइट जस्ट द हिंट
Yeah.
ऑफ एन एक्सेंट ऑफ अ पारसी. And
Hmm.
so Neeraj, who's a director and also a kind
Hmm.
of a writer, he did a really good job. And uh, I like working with people who as directors, give you inputs. कि नहीं हम ऐसा कर लेते हैं सीन को ऐसा कर लेते हैं. Not just say हाँ आप करिए और जो आपने किया वो ठीक है.
Hmm.
But then it's
Hmm.
like then you're not
You're not
you're then
challenged.
yeah you're not, and you want to as an actor be moldable, and you should always be moldable as an actor. You should be like clay, which I always say that. let the director and the writer mold you as the character what they have perceived and thought of. Then you
Yeah.
become that. If you are rigid and hard, you have to be
Yeah.
malleable. You know, if you're not malleable and if you don't stretch, then the performances will be one dimensional. You look the same in every film, and for that you
Yeah.
have to, so.
And Three Idiots, you are such a reveal in the film. Like nobody
Yeah, there was a
expects
surprise
suddenly,
package. Yeah. It was
and
two
what
days.
a
Raju called me, Vinod called me. They said, यार वो एक विनोद ने speak like this ना. यार जावेद एक फिल्म है, तू करेगा ये छोटा रोल है बट बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है. So मैं कहा हाँ. Raju narrated to me. I said, it's interesting. He said it's a key character. पिक्चर इसके ऊपर ही दारोमदार पे कहानी जो है वो ये he is the so-called crux where things shift and but it's a small role. He comes in a small bit,
yeah,
but it's a surprise that he comes. The interval point was in this guy, the whole turning point.
yeah.
I said ठीक है, and he told me, he said यार वो he had thought of some other actor, लेकिन वो last minute वो back off हो गया, कोई बड़ा actor था, तो बोला यार I'll be honest with you, so that's why I've called you kind of this last minute. So will you do this? I said yeah, I like Vinod and I like Raju because as a person also and the kind of films he makes. And I said, yeah, no problem, I'll do it. And it wasn't for the money at all. In fact, I didn't even talk. He said, well, how much money? I said, whatever, I don't even care. I said, don't give me. पागल है क्या, 2 दिन के काम के लिए क्या पैसे लेने? So that was how Three Idiots happened. And I really enjoyed working with Sharman and Madhavan. I mean, my scenes were with them. So, yeah, again, great actors, love them. And Raju as a director is like really wonderful to work with. So I think it shows
And
on screen, when you do that. Yeah.
yes, and De De Pyar De, you had this psychiatrist role that was
हाँ, वो भी
managed.
interesting था वो दे दे प्यार दे भी. Love Ranjan, I think he called me. He said, "Look, I'm making a film, and मैं produce कर रहा हूँ, and there's a very special appearance because we want somebody who can speak to Ajay as a friend who can backslap and say, अरे चलना है, and use words like चूतिया बनती मत कर." So that kind of stuff on screen, you need somebody who has a certain
That command, yeah,
a command and also a certain respect over the years where
yeah,
because see Ajay Devgan is playing a character but at the same time Hindi audience से भी लोग अजय देवगन है. अब अजय देवगन का वो दोस्त सामने आता है तो वो भी somebody who's been around for a while where they can believe
yeah.
कि हाँ यार ये अजय देवगन का पुराना दोस्त है.
Hmm.
So I think and it was funny. Ajay Devgan also is very kind of straight-faced, low-key performance,
Yeah.
which that's how it goes with him, and the film also was that way for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked well. I think that actually the trailer showed quite a bit like me, and people thought I'd be much more in the film. They asked me, अरे ऐसा हम समझे आप तो समझे ट्रेलर को देख के कि आप तो बहुत ज्यादा रोल होगा आपका लेकिन आप तो बस 3 सीन में थे. It's okay. It was a special appearance. So yeah, but I
And
enjoyed
Jabariya
myself.
Jodi. Jabariya
That
Jodi
was
was another.
that was the first film I actually played. I played a hero's father. Like the age wise, because the concept is like अभी ये hero जवान लड़का है 25 साल का, उसका father आप play कर रहे हैं. Because people are pretty reticent. They are apprehensive कि नहीं यार मैं ये रोल करूंगा तो फिर मैं अंकल बन जाऊंगा और बुढ़ापा के रोल मुझे मिलेंगे वगैरह वगैरह. And I used to have a big problem like that because even though my age was 50 plus, people somehow looked at you younger, and because of whatever boogie and you danced and all that. So फिर video freeze हो गया.
Yes. आपकी आवाज आ रही है पर स्क्यूबा डाइविंग भी करते
So
हैं आप?
जबरिया
There is
जबरिया जोड़ी
something.
में I was after the
हाँ,
people told
जबरिया के
जबरिया
बाद.
जोड़ी people
हाँ,
actually
the
told me
first.
कि यार
हाँ,
how you playing hero का father, then you'll get stuck there, आपको फिर बुड्ढे रोग के रोल मिलेंगे. और मैंने बोला यार I don't think so because I can on screen I know myself. I can look anywhere between with a clean shaven, short hair, 43 till about 60 I can play. I can play those roles. And I don't have
oscillate between that.
apprehension. Yeah, because I don't have, because I look at people like Sanjeev Kumar Saab and all who at a very early age.
Yeah.
In Sholay, he was hardly that age, but he played. So for me, it's fine. I don't have the hang-ups. Old hair, young hair. I don't. I'm not selling that. I'm selling my work as an actor, not my looks or my body. I don't have to because that's not my image. So I think that it's fine for me. Jabariya was a good because the accent tha, it was a very powerful kind of a role, and I liked it. I enjoyed it.
And what about your future films? There are some releases lined up now.
अभी रिलीज सूर्यवंशी है. अब वो because of the lockdown things have changed, shifted. Then there is Coolie #1.
Yeah.
Then I'm going. अब वो शुरू होने वाली थी but वो डिले हो गई. I don't know when it'll start. I think next year only. तख्त with Karan Johar.
Yes. Yes.
And और क्या है? कोई फिल्म है क्या?
Web series है कोई?
Web series. I might be doing something now in the lockdown. So
Okay.
वो है. And उसके बाद शायद एक और. They might do something. I did a good one called Final Call.
Okay.
Arjun Rampal, myself, Neeraj Kali.
Okay.
I think I really like that. Well written, and
Yes,
it was
a
appreciated
fun,
quite a lot.
and you're one of the surviving.
What it was thrillers. It was very nice, yeah. So I think that's there. And अभी फिलहाल तो ये है. अभी एक फिल्म है शूटिंग हम सबसे कम तो अभी तक by the way for 2 months full shoot with Advan and myself.
Okay.
It's a mad film.
Total
comedy, crazy film about
you said it was going to be shot in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
About 4 bachelors. 4 men, not bachelors,
no, 4
but
men.
4
Yeah,
men.
Not bachelors. Yeah, 4 men. Yeah, but it's like a great fun script. So we were supposed to come there in July or June, July, August, but now it'll be probably go ahead till whenever we can manage. So, but it'll be sometime. Hopefully this year at some point we should come there and shoot that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take some questions from the audience. People who have written in. What Shadaj Shreyang says, what kind of projects are you keen on taking up once things settle down? Some theatre? He's asking if you're going to do theatre.
Theatre मैंने लाइफ में 2-3 किए. 80s में किए थे. 81 I did Evita, It's Not Funny. फिर एक प्ले किया था, सीरियस किस्म का प्ले था called The Trojan Women, the Greek tragedy with Veena Pani Chawla. फिर एक प्ले किया था 2001-2 में called हम ले गए तुम रह गए, which was based on a Marathi play called Sahi Re Sahi, which was one of the longest running plays. So वो किया, I loved it and played 4 characters, same guy on stage playing 4 characters. And so abhi to theatre, I don't know. Maybe I might do something. I've been speaking with somebody. So hopefully.
So Nayandeep says, hello sir, your father has a great impression on our family. We really love his character, Surma Bhopali.
Great. आप लोगों का लकड़ी का business है कोई? I don't know. Nayandeep का maybe. So they were inspired by him. So maybe.
Okay. 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 This ID is quite interesting. It says handled by myself is the ID. It says what is Jaaved Jaaferi's favorite Bollywood movie and favorite new generation actor?
एक कोई फिल्म नहीं है यार. कभी एक फिल्म कोई फेवरेट नहीं हो सकती है. कुछ फिल्में होती हैं. तो हिंदी फिल्मों में पुराने से लेके अब तक अगर आप देखें, मुझे प्यासा बहुत पसंद है. मुझे चलती का नाम गाड़ी बहुत पसंद है. मुझे मदर इंडिया बहुत पसंद है. फिर लेटर ऑन कुछ फिल्में आई. चुपके चुपके मुझे बड़ी अच्छी लगी थी. शोले मुझे अच्छी, दीवार मुझे अच्छी लगी थी. गरम हवा मुझे अच्छी लगी थी. बाजार मुझे अच्छी लगी थी. And there was, I liked Mirch Masala again. Akrosh. ये सारी फिल्में. Then later Raju's films, I love all his films. And I think Parinda I liked, which was again a film which I had enjoyed. And उसके बाद newer lots में कौन सी फिल्म भी गए? I see so many यार. अभी recently तो इतनी फिल्में आती हैं, सब तो देख नहीं पाते हैं. बट इसकी 2-3 फिल्में रिसेंटली अनुभव में मुल्क बनाई थी इन द रिसेंट पास्ट. मुल्क मुझे बड़ी अच्छी लगी थी. और आर्टिकल 15 अच्छी लगी थी फिल्म मुझे.
That was beautiful.
And Hindi medium was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. And so, and Bala also, I quite enjoyed Bala. I thought it said a lot of good things. And so कई फिल्म है, कोई एक पर्टिकुलर फिल्म है नहीं. Today gen actor, I think energy wise Ranveer Singh जो है and Ranveer Kapoor, both, but Ranveer got opportunities. Ranveer Singh and Singh got, I think, great opportunities with Bhansali. I think because and all his three films which he did with Bhansali, Sanjay Bhai, I think is a very good director for actors. And वो तीनों फिल्में जो थी, right from एक बाजीराव मस्तानी थी, उसके बाद पद्मावत थी, उसके पहले थी
राम गुलियों की रासलीला,
रामलीला। तीनों में एकदम अलग रोल्स थे। तो फॉर अ परफॉर्मर, फॉर एन एक्टर, मुझे बाजीराव बहुत अच्छी लगी, उसने बहुत अच्छा काम किया में। एक मराठी का एक्सेंट, उसका एक स्वभाव,
हर चीज।
एंड so I think I like him. I enjoy his energy. कुछ कोशिश करता है अपने रोल में लाने की. I think I think he's got a lot of potential. Definitely does so much more, and I enjoy him. Baki, of course, Shah Rukh has done some independent certain films which I've enjoyed him in. I liked him in My Name Is Khan. I liked him in Chak De. Amir, I liked him in Dangal very much. I mean, these are all people who are kind of my gen. They came a bit after me, but my time, and they are stars who've been there for the past 25 years plus 30 years.
Yeah.
So Irfan, I enjoyed him in a few films.
Yes.
But one of my favorite actors has been someone called Kamal Haasan, and so because he was one actor who experimented when people were not experimenting too much, because it was like you're a star, then you have to be a star. Then you have to have your style, your hairstyle. He was doing one Mayor Sahab to one Appu Raja to one silent movie. What was it called? That Pushpak. And then he did Sadma, and then he did Guna, which was a Tamil film, which I like.
Guna.
I love.
Guna I've seen.
He plays this mentally challenged man.
Yes.
So I mean, the performance is Nayakan.
Dashavataram. So many.
Yeah.
So many films.
But as an actor, I think he's one of the most powerful actors we have in this country, who has experimented, like nobody else has experimented. Abhi jaake kuch actors kar rahe hain, but what he's done in the past 20-25 years, amazing performances, I think, I mean, of course, we have the classic Dilip Sahab and Amitabh Bachchan Sahab, but Kamal Haasan has experimented, like, really.
Nakul Sachdeva says, still miss Jajantram Mamantram.
Jajantram. If you miss it, then खरीद लो DVD यार, मतलब देखा करो उसको लेकर.
Okay. Right.
Takeshi's Castle. Okay. I am Aritra. So Takeshi's was a great experience. I think उतना प्यार मिला मुझे. That was a mad show. I mean, totally mad.
I think it worked well with everybody, not just young people, not just children.
No, I know that, because you know what? I'll tell you something. I remember I was somewhere when I met Bipasha Basu, and one of her friends, assistants, whatever, and he told her, he said, that show you watch, it's his voice. And she said, no. So we had a lot of people who, like we said, adults who love Takeshi's for the madness, and the generation actually has grown up. मुझे कई बार compliments मिलते हैं कि sir, thank you for making our childhood wonderful by doing Takeshi's and Boogie Woogie, and because they lasted for years, 15, 18 years. Boogie was for 17 years. Takeshi also, they kept playing for like 15, 16, 18 years. So the whole generation has grown up on Takeshi's. And I really enjoyed Takeshi's. And there was when I did it, बहुत कम पैसे थे, hardly nothing. I did it like, चलो अपने से connect करते हैं, it's a good mad show, let's do it. So I used to do these things for me, it's like, keep moving, like, but if you if you stop, like, you rust, so you start rusting. So you need to keep honing your talent.
Dynamic.
You keep moving. Your talent has to be honed by doing any form. Like, it could be a voice, it could be a song, it could be acting, it could be creative, it could be direction, but you got to keep moving. Okay. Udaipur
you also a scuba diver, are you? You're a scuba diver, right?
I'm an advanced, because किसी ने मुझे बोला आपके फादर का नाम जगदीप है, मैंने बोला ठीक है, मैं और डूब जाता हूँ, तो मैं स्कूबा डाइविंग चला गया. So yeah, so
Okay.
I've done an advanced course. I love scuba diving. I love that whole world. It's a whole world in slow motion, and that is
Yeah.
when you're with nature and everything around you. It's an amazing whole world. Is this? It's I love being underwater. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
think
So
if you ever try
Anshu,
it, you'll
the
really enjoy it.
yeah, I'm sure it would be lovely because I've done the undersea walking once in Thailand and it
But this is
was
when
out
you're
of the world.
floating. No, you're floating. Like you're floating. You actually
Yeah.
just imagine you're just floating, like underneath the water. It's like how you're in space.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a feeling, and just you hear your breathing.
Anshu the man 96 says, we miss Videocon flashback. Can you please bring it back from the 90s? Please, 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 please.
I had done a show which was similar to that on Epic Channel about
Yes,
4 years
I've
ago.
seen it.
Yeah, it was called Once More with Javed Jaaferi, and
Yes.
then one was called Back to Flashback. There were two shows.
Yes.
So Back to Flashback was about songs from the 90s onwards, and Once More with Javed Jaaferi was taking a film and analyzing it and giving trivia, and that was, I think, one of the best shows I've done. It was one step ahead of Flashback. So
Okay.
hopefully now I can do something else because it's a technical thing, you have to have film rights and things have
Yeah.
changed, because it becomes it's not feasible to get these rights for digital and because then you can't, it's only for 2 years and then so it's complex. So that's why unless you have your own library, people who have their own kind of film or channel or whatever. So yeah, yeah. So I'd love to do that. Yeah.
I mean, you've given, I think, a lot of people a lot of memories to savor because across television, across films, across characters, how can we forget your Salam Namaste character? Now, that is
I told
something,
that that's the Indians. Where the goes, when in the Rome, do the Romans. Yeah, yeah, that was, I think, one of my maddest
it
characters.
was
Yeah.
inspired by Firoz Khan Saab.
Well, when I normally when I sit as an actor uh, to sit and see what am I going to do, how is this character going to talk, how is he going to walk, his demeanor, his voice. I do that homework. It's like not just you have to become a character.
Yeah.
So when I put that as a homework, I mixed thing कि मैं accent यहाँ से ले लूंगा, मैं
Yeah.
voice फिरोज साहब की रखता हूँ, मैं फिरोज साहब का demeanor रखूंगा, but you have to caricature it a bit more, like when a cartoonist, what a
Oh, lovely.
cartoonist does. You see, when a cartoonist, he'll take your face, and then if you say you have a nose which is slightly larger, so then
Which
he'll
is,
make your
yeah,
nose a little more
bigger.
larger. If you've got eyebrows which are
Yes.
like this, so he'll make your eyebrows much bigger like this. So that's
Yeah.
what a cartoonist does. So when you take
Yes.
certain characters in comedy,
Hmm.
you make it slightly larger. You just pull those and
Yes.
tweak certain things. So if
Yes.
Firoz Saab was कायरे दयावान कमत साली रे तुम क्या समझते हो मैं तुम्हें नहीं जानता उसको लेके थोड़ा और बढ़ा दिया मैंने just made it a bit more pushed it further and then you put in the bad English
Yes.
and then the walk and the demeanor became more like
Yeah.
slightly too like stretch it a bit further. So I think it that's what you do. Like Manav was somewhere inspired from Laurel El Hardy. So you look at that character and say, okay, I can get a bit of that and use certain things. So it's not exact copy; it's a mix of
Yes.
things. You take a bit
It's
of this, a bit of
your
this.
take on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a recipe. You take a bit of this, put this, and make a new
Yeah.
character.
So there's a lady called Lily Singh who said, "You made my entire childhood. I'm a huge, huge, huge fan of yours."
Lily, don't be silly. Chalo, theek hai. But thank you, Lily.
I-
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lily. Really.
yeah. Because there's a lot of hearts you've touched. There are a lot of because you were on television screens, you were on hosting events, you were also on film. So
Yeah.
I think your reach was quite a lot when it comes to so
हाँ
many
मैं
people, and
जब
now on
मैं
web
मैं
series
मैं
platforms as well.
जब मैं बचपन में जू में जाता था तो मैं हमेशा रीच को देखने जाता था तो इसीलिए प्रॉब्लली मैंने कहा कि मेरी भी
Okay.
रीच होनी चाहिए हाँ
Right. Okay. And one song, if you can sing for us from any retro song that you hum to yourself. One song. Or a
I'm
few
not
lines of the song.
a singer यार अच्छा but ठीक है वो what I like one old song is पुकार लो, तुम्हारा इंतजार है। पुकार लो, दिल बहल तो जाएगा इस ख्याल से, हाल मिल गया तुम्हारा अपने हाल से, रात ये करार की बेकरार है, तुम्हारा इंतजार है. I love this song for some. It's got
Oh,
so much of a
beautiful.
simplicity.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for speaking
Thank
to
you.
me,
Thank
and
you.
it's always a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Always a pleasure,
And
Manju. Great. Fantastic.
thank you. And we'll meet
Mara,
each other in Dubai soon once you come for.
yeah,
Yes, this will stay.
definitely. Hopefully. Yeah. Thank
Whenever
you,
you come
everybody who
shooting to
all.
Abu Dhabi.
Yes, and thank you, everybody who logged on and stayed put and gave all these hearts, various colored hearts, which are keep popping up here. God bless you
Yeah.
all, and maybe come through this whole thing which is happening, this pandemic which has affected everybody's lives, and we should pray, uh, putting our hands together and holding other people's hands and each other's hands and moving
Well,
ahead and giving strength to each other. I think that's important in these times. So God bless all, and maybe get
thank
back to
you.
normal
Thank
soon.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. So that was Jaaved Jaaferi speaking to us, and what an insightful, lovely interview we had. There was a cut in the middle, but we did manage to meet him again and then talk again. And send in your comments. Write to us about who all you would like to have us interview. But this was one lovely interview that I enjoyed the most, because Jaaved Saab he's got such a lot of so many platforms that he's aced up, and he's done so much work across television, films, web series, and so many things. Thanks for being with us and being part of this live. This is Manju Ramanan signing off. I'm the editor of Filmfare Middle East. Keep up to our pages, look at our Instagram pages, our contests, and everything else. We keep putting up updates. So thank you very much for joining in. Have a safe stay safe at home and stay indoors, and see you all soon. Bye.